Whoa. Did you catch that? All right. It is November 10th, 2018. 2:39 here Texas time. Midnight 39 West Coast time. And I'm just going to look at wildfire data, solar data, probably weather data, and I don't know, whatever my brain gets into. What is up? Greetings, RJL. I was just saying, I'm going to be looking at the data because the data is crazy. And so, this is a time where a lot of people go to bed. So, during crazier times, I like to stay awake and catch whatever information is up that I can give to people. And the fires are spreading. They are, get an overview right about as of 5 minutes ago. Here is our fire situation. Right now, it seems like the most serious is the Malibu sun data. Yeah, like, because one big point is that this coronal hole right here, this is the second coronal hole that it will be geo-effective. Okay, let me put it this way. If we have like 8 sections of the sun, 2 of the sections have giant coronal holes on them. And the one coronal hole before was there like 4 times in a row, where it's like been sticking there. And so if you look at the auroras, I mean, I've been talking about the auroras been freaking out forever. And this is all energy. So this is literal like energy in the atmosphere. And so yeah, it affects things. And I know now shit just got real political because our president just tweeted about the exact cause of the fire. And I was just saying, everybody has a tendency to oversimplify things. And that is not what I do. So I will give you the information I see fit as I'm going. Hello and prayers and God bless everyone. It's from Hurricane Man, Josh Morgerman, Angelinos. If you're heading north on the 101, you can't get any further than the Parkway Calabasas exit. It's blocked off at the point. The neighborhood is blacked out, deserted, and stinks of smoke. Hashtag California fires. Genaro Molina. A scene from the Woolsey fire tonight in Malibu. Terrible fires for Malibu residents. Another sad day for California. And I don't know, dude. I'm the Planetary Defense Commander, and we've had days like this pretty much every single day. And since 2018, depends on how much you've been paying attention to which regions of the world you've been paying attention to. And so, I mean, shit is crazy all over. And so, like, I'm looking at several things right now. If people are checking in for the wildfire, you know, Twitter is the best place. Instantly. Yeah, it looks super terrifying. And a lot of the animals, you know, because people can get on all of our nerves. And so animals are always super cool. So anytime you see animals suffering as well. Although I wish neither suffered. But we have a suffering-based economy. Which is shitty. And I was talking the other night about how in the mid-90s, when you had like Cheers and Seinfeld and In Living Color, Frasier, I don't know, comedy was everywhere. Kids in the Hall was all around. And now there's like no comedy. It's all politicians, weird weather, and media. Plus, weird weather. Like, what do you want to look at first? Mean sea level pressure? Damn. There's our air shape. Ooh. I got a poor man draw. Yeah, those look like planetary objects. What was I doing? Oh, yeah. Can't start drawing yet. Gotta stand the fire. So we got the fire in Malibu. That is, it started out, and the majority in here was red, and red is like I think within the 12 hours, and that now it is moving, and in one case it jumped to one of the major highways. And yeah, I'm just following the timeline, and you got to thank all the guys who are out there fighting a fire, like fire as an opponent that will bite back and can do things that you are not expecting. So, as you go to work trying to save the things, you risk your life and your flesh getting burned. All the wounds you might get if you've suffered any. Getting burned is one of the worst, especially when healing. So, these guys are the heroes, you know? And they deserve our support and whatever we can do, because this is like musical chairs of holy shit, things are weird. It's your turn. Sometimes the volcano hits you, and sometimes you hit the volcano. What's the time? Oh yeah, so sitting here, it was like 35 minutes ago. Our president's like, there's no reason for these massive, deadly, and costly forest fires. First of all, like, what are you talking about, dude? They're here. Obviously, there's a reason. Oh, in California, except. And then I'm like, wait, man. Let's go to the data. Planetary Defense Commander. I don't know much about politics, but wait, what is it? There's a lot of fires going on. And so, I don't know, science was supposed to be badass, man. Science was supposed to start solving public problems with infrastructure and weather instead of the other way around. And so, I was talking about, I do not like to discuss theories of what really caught, like, getting into the semantics of some type of debate during the event when everything is on fire is a bad idea. And here he says it's like the forest fire or forest management is poor. That's the problem here, is forest management. And then it ends with like, remedy now or no federal or no more Fed payments. I don't even know what that means, man. No more Federal Reserve payments? Which Fed are we talking about? All right, Philip Papin, one of whether Twitter's all-stars, always puts out good information, good visuals in a visual medium. From above, Ghost 16 was able to capture the rapid progression of the Woolsey fire today, from the foothills all the way to the Pacific coast in Malibu. A horrific event driven by Santa Ana winds and extremely dry weather conditions. So, there you go, man. Saturday Night Live, whatever day it is. Time is pretty weird in 2018. I'm going to light a cigarette, smoke them if you got them. But whatever it is, it's an American tragedy. That's what I've been talking about. You can build new cities and structures and places. You can build them up. You can build them like of the future. You can adapt to all this shit. You know, you aren't stuck in 1965 or the technological Spanish Inquisition of the conquistadors. I gotta watch John Leguizamo's Latin American History for Morons. It was great. Because I'm always fascinated by it. Like, how did the, like, whoa, there seems to be major stories and things going on that we don't fully understand. But I'm back again, and you guys are too. Congratulations, y'all, for surviving this dumpster fire shit show that has been 2018. It's almost like the universe is saying, hey, dudes, y'all got problems, and your old way is not working. You got to come up with new solutions. But as you can see, the entire atmosphere is filled with energy, which brings me back to the sun. So we're getting bip bop. Oh, there's a unicorn, and then there's like E.T. wearing a tie. and then it turns into a heart. There's a lot going on. So this is streaming fast solar wind at us. And I can't see the neutron star in the middle at the moment. So I'm getting people off coast. Yes, everybody agrees on that. But it's like into where? And that's why I talk about building new cities, new places. Like, does anyone know how big the biggest 3D printer in the public knows about it anyways? How big is the biggest 3D printer? Because they can 3D print and make sectional homes and housing really well these days, from what I understand. And so there are many options available to us to adapt if we decide that that's what we are going to do as Earthlings. Because we're all playing like the same game. It's almost like the Hunger Games, except Mother Nature is running the show. Although 85% of YouTube is being like, no, mankind is in charge of the show. It's like the dumbest shit I ever heard of. You ever stood in the middle of an ocean all by yourself? Like, even on top of it in a boat. Take a boat out into the middle of the ocean as a man or woman. And then you tell me in the middle of the ocean, like, does a single man or little group have control of the whole planet? The answer is no. No, they don't. Apparently, pressure under the ocean is a real bitch. And space might be like the ocean, but different. Who knows? Anyway, we're talking about wildfires. It's technically Saturday morning, but it's still Friday night. And literally, this has been almost my day every day for 2018 and since 2017 started. I took the job as your Planetary Defense Commander. So, yes, please, if you can, send love and protection vibes to all those who need it right now, and those in California. Yeah, so it's like real life World of Warcraft. So pick your character, and then there are going to be people out there, World of Warcraft. There are going to be people out there like, I'm going to pick Troll online. I'm gonna leave comments. That is my DPS movement. They're like warlocks. Damage over time. That is crazy. That is nuts. Like, I don't even feel like it. Do I really got to talk? Like, that is fast smoke, dude. Those were like gunpowder trees or something. But so you have two areas, Northern California, Southern California. They're on fire. Shit's on fire, yo. And so it's getting worse. Okay, let us refresh. I'll get better at dragging. All right. So during this broadcast, Astride Fight Clubber, hey, you like us? That cat is way cuter than Grumpy Cat. We like you. That's cool. Let's make it official. Why am I getting asked questions like that without any affection ever? All right, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah. So we were watching the fire change. We were watching its progression, and if you happen to be involved, this is serious business. Setting shit on fire, yo, for serious, for reals. All right, I'm going to do it here. Let's zoom in. Good color, yellow. Okay, so when I was watching it earlier, it seemed to mostly be like in here. And so now it has spread. So this area, you know, there's a lot of green here, so these areas I would definitely be watching. And you know, all out. It seems like I would be trying to draw a line to contain it. This is why, when I was talking about we need a space force, I'm not getting political on anyone. I like outer space. The space shuttle's badass. Like having a space program that can do stuff with humans as opposed to robots would be fantastic. And so space is all over the place. It's in outer space. It's on air. It's in the ocean. It's in the volcanoes. And so technically, we all need to be trained to be first responders. So if I were trying to cut this fucking fire off, man, I would be like, there seem to be things that can be done. Almost like a video game to like dampen, like cut it off. It just seems like and I don't mean this on like a middle management level or even top management level. I mean like overarching planetary defense levels. Like we should be way better at this shit. Definitely. Especially for a country 21 trillion in debt, and most of that came over the last 18 years. Okay, so yeah, and each one of these is almost like from all the videos I have pulled, an ember can travel like a mile. And so each one of these has potential to start other little fires. The fire is an amazing thing. And so even here, so I'm going to keep that up to help me draw. And so even the fires here look like they have potential to spread out and up. And so it's a dangerous situation. And California is extremely mountainous. And it's really beautiful. It's a beautiful state. I didn't understand. They were always like, and I'd been to Colorado, lived in Colorado. And they were like, Texas is flat. And Texas was, yeah, I got it, but it didn't feel that flat. And then I went to Northern California, and I was like, holy shit, Texas is flat. And California has amazing trees. Although some of the hills you see might be particulate 5D holograms. Who knows, man? It's weird out there. Anyway, it's a beautiful place. And so, not only trees, animals, people, property. Oh, yeah, the point I was going to make is, so if you drive around, like let's say San Francisco to anywhere really, some of these highways support, since the area is mountainous and riverous, they support a whole lot of traffic. And especially since San Francisco is so expensive in real estate and rent and shit, like everybody commutes from like the area around, because it costs like $4,000 for an efficiency. In San Francisco, people are like, all right, I will drive 2 hours to work and 2 hours away. The pay is good enough. And so if these roads get all screwed up, and it's a lot like that in California, nobody's like, yeah, California traffic's awesome. Anyway, so I'm just saying that if any one of these roads you take out, major highways, you're adding like 10%, 5%, 25% traffic time to people's lives. And so it's like our old system keeps getting torn down. And this fire here, I don't know what the heck it's doing, but I'm watching it real closely. It's almost like it's just kind of hanging out. And as someone who's been doing this for 6 years, I remember wildfires like this. Let's go back to the Pappin thing. I'm gonna light a cigarette. Yeah, I care. That's what I'm saying. Like everything could be so much cooler, but they have this thing called free will, and somehow it goes with predestiny. It's like maybe a little bit of both. Cue that girl gif. And so we all get to participate in this thing. Like at some point, somebody's trying to tell me who's in control. Like it's like we're all in control. Technically, we're all adding to this play, this stage of life. Like, what do you guys want to do? And somehow we keep picking like the worst fucking option. Like, holy shit, this is the worst party ever. How long have we had the worst fucking party ever? Like literally, we could do so many cool things. And like whenever I was like, oh hey, I have a great job working for lawyers, doing cool fun stuff, meeting the most amazing people in the world. No, I'll give it up to fucking talk to y'all about volcanoes and weather. You know? It's duty. Somebody's got to represent the people. And the whole thing that people get mad because like I think in a different way than people do. We're all talking about like public shootings, and guess what? In the '94, we had all that comedy like Cheers and Friends and Living Color and Kids in the Hall, and it was just like Fresh Prince of Bel Air, and there was a ton of just great. Like everybody would get home, and you could watch like 2 hours of laughter. Like everybody could laugh, and that was great. And you know how many public shootings there were then? Like none, dude. I'm pretty sure Columbine came after the 24-hour news cycle started, and you had the Monica Lewinsky stuff that was like day and night. You needed to know every single fucking detail about. I don't know. Blowjobs used to be cool up until then, and then all of a sudden it just became a horrible thing. And then Dave Chappelle was like, "I'm getting the fuck out of here." That came later. Anyway, yeah, it's always been weird in this part of the world. And so, being like Jon Snow but different, I'm like, yo, y'all, this is a solar system test. It's an above ground test. This is a galactic test. This is a big fucking test, man. And we got to show up to the party. Yeah. And a lot of people are like, no. I'm like, all right. Well, there's still predestiny, hopefully. We're not destined to get our ass kicked forever because this shit sucks. And it didn't used to be like this. The 90s were cool. Early 90s till, Cobain, Tupac, and Biggie died. Like 89 to 94 were amazing. Wish you could have been there. We had a thing called rock and roll. Man, that was great. What I'm talking about. All right, so what? See, politics. Now we're just in the live feed of the Woolsey. This is unbelievable. And yeah, it's unbelievable. I ain't seen shit like this is crazy. And so there are so many images coming out of this because that is one of the things about the new technological everything 24 cycle age. They're amazing images. And the images are still, if I had to pick one amazing image, how's that do? It reminds me of the volcano that erupted in the Galapagos Islands. I'm sorry, that's like the visual pattern recognition I put together. I'm not saying that's exactly what happened, but I'm saying that's look. Hey man, from the Vanuatu THORNEWS one, it looks just like that. That put out a lot of smoke fast. Look at that. That's not even. It's like super smoke. But isn't this like Pokemon before they start their games? How they call it the giant air spirits or whatever? Or did I just mix mythologies? Okay, I'm doing this like I can. But it's like we're doing it. We're all by like not having a good plan. There's no one to blame but all of us. Like we need a better idea. It's like okay, who's got a better idea? I'm like, well, we got to unite to implement a better idea. People are like, fuck no, uniting is the worst idea I ever heard. I cannot unite with my people. They have sinned. They fucked all this shit up. Man, that was like they found a painting in a cave, and one side of the cave, in the caveman painting that's 40,000 years old, it said, "Do you know whose fault it is?" And then it said Republicans. And you go to the side of the cave 40,000 years ago, it said, "Do you know whose fault everything is? Democrats." And that was 40,000 years old, man. Like, hell no. God in the Bible says we cannot get along. We have to punch each other in the nuts all the time. Up into like Spanish Inquisition levels. What's going on? Yeah. That tweet was weird. Oh, yeah, and I was talking to you guys earlier about they have a thing called dead peasants insurance where corporations, and these aren't even American corporations, man, they take life insurance policies out on anybody, possibly even firefighters. And so if those people die, they make money. Yeah, literally. So it's like, and it could just be like a weird video game, Las Vegas for some people. Yeah, there are a lot of dangerous levels of our modern economy. I don't disagree with that. I'm saying, what the fuck are we going to do? You know? If we're going to lose, are we going to lose really slowly? So you ever wonder... Anyway. Wait, let me go to... Oh, that reminds me. I'm keeping that one up. I'm just pretty much putting up data. And here's how I feel. Just so everybody know, like, right now, that is the child inside me. I'm a man, and there's the child inside me that's thankful for animals and dogs and people and women and food and driving a car. Driving a car is amazing. Anyway, so what was I get to the data? I had something important to show you guys. Oh, here you go. USGS. I pulled this earlier. USGS. Volcano hazards of Lassen Volcanic National Park Area, California. Abstract. In May 1915, Lassen Peak, California, the southernmost active volcano in the Cascade Range, erupted explosively. Avalanches, mud flows, and flows of hot ash and gas devastated nearby areas, and volcanic ash fell as far away as 200 miles to the east. The Lassen area remains volcanically active, and the volcano hazards demonstrated in 1915 still can threaten not only nearby areas but the also more distant communities. Recent work by scientists with the U.S. Geological Survey in cooperation with the National Park Service is shedding new light on these hazards. And when I lived in, Northern California, that area just seemed dangerous. Whatever, So I don't know what the hell, like, do you guys remember when in Four Corners they had methane leaking out of the Four Corners? In the middle of the United States. Because remember, the Earth also leaks gases, just like us humans do. All right, so as you can see, we have the 3 fires going on now. The Woolsey fire are now on the Pepperdine University campus. The students are sheltering in place and have not evacuated. Well, these are college kids, and though a lot of times 18 to 25-year-olds can think they know everything, they're still, I don't know, I'm 46, almost 47. And, I know almost twice as much as I did then. And so these kids are like, yeah, go to college, and now they're in a really shitty situation. And we should have it good enough. And we paid $21 trillion for this motherfucker. Pretty much in the last, we paid 1.5 extra. Like our government took out 1.5 trillion extra a year. It's called the deficit. And to do what with it, man? Like, how bad are our response systems? And I'm not talking about any of the firefighters or the first responders or the police or anyone who's the nurses, the people, anyone who's helping or putting themselves in danger to help the people, the animals, and the structures. Like, they are awesome. They're the heroes. But, like, you know, this whole situation is very bad. And the only way we can fix it is by coming up with a new system. Because this system fucking sucks, man. Like I'm saying, you got the corporation. Under this system, you got the corporations betting, like, taking out the dead peasant insurance. So where if somehow shit like this happens and you get 1,000 people to die at a time, that's like 400,000 per person. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad profit incentives, and especially if you had people or groups you can take out. Oh yeah, here's a chart. I don't know if this means you can't show anything but the other page, but this comes from like the Smithsonian, but they have a bunch of rules about how you show this thing, and so I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to go to fucking gulag. I don't want to get sent to whatever place where you have no rights and they can do it. They can black bag you just because I showed a volcano chart, man. You know what I'm talking about? Fuck, I've already had to pretty much give up cuddling. I don't want to get put in a chair with a, tortured like Jack Bauer. And the Auroras have been going wild, and we're getting hit by another fast storm. Palo Alto, which is Silicon Valley. There's a very no filter. That's wild. Let's look at that for a second. I'm gonna light my cigarette again. But the whole thing about like Agenda 2030, I don't even know what that means, man. Like, sometimes it feels like people are cheerleaders or PR or marketing people for, it's like, oh, they have a 2030 plot to kill everyone. And I got a flyer telling you all about it. It's like, oh my God, the Illuminati are going to do this to everyone. It's going to be horrible. Here, I got a flyer. Let me tell you all about it. And it's like, oh my God, like, there's so many people who are like, here's the doom script. This is how it's going to go down. Like, man, what, I don't know. I'd spend more time coming up with a good plan of non-failure and non-letting someone else control your fate and the fate of our planet and the fate of our animals, as opposed to, what their whole game plan is. Like, just calling out simple plays doesn't seem to be very helpful if you're working a whole big game thing. What do I know? I'm just like any other human being that can have a YouTube channel and not get it taken away from him. So pretty much me or Alex Jones is only in that category, which is still really weird. We're like it was almost like if Burger King, McDonald's, Taco Bell, like White Castle, Sonic, Whataburger, In-N-Out Burger all showed up to be like, hell no, Alex Jones, you're banned from eating at our hamburger joints all at the same time. That was, and yeah, Alex says a bunch of dumb shit, but sometimes it's almost like when I act like an idiot or a fool or I tell dumb jokes, it's to lessen the aggro, I don't know, sense of humor. It keeps everybody like, and so it's sometimes maybe put in all the crazy shit just so the few subjects that he got right, if you get it right too much, you get a lot of aggro. All right, what are we looking at? We're looking at the fires again. Refresh. And it gets back to my thing. I don't know. I get it's bumper sticker. Like, right now, everything going on, it's all complicated process. And so, if we're gonna bumper sticker, like, as far as if we're gonna get the Star Trek thing where you get to have technological advancements again, then we gotta unite. That's it. It's the only answer. Unite as a planet. Like I said, the idea that all these nations have all these weapons pointed at the people itself up in the atmosphere. Space Force means, hey, point the weapons into space, but you're still like, I know you're not thinking of like war with space. Hell no, dude. Party. Why don't people like to party? Like, why doesn't anybody like to have a good time anymore? Anyway, here's your fire area. And so you're watching the zones where the fire could break out. And so, just on a new update, you've got like anywhere from here can spread out. It looks like this is run out of stuff to burn, but this whole area would have to watch. I don't know how populated it is. That seems like an. That's the problem. Is it jumped? Holy shit! See, bad dude. All right, this looks like it jumped. I guess of course. That's not cool at all. So yeah, it jumped the. I don't know how highway this is, but it jumped that, and then it looks like there jumped there. So that puts all of this into play, and then if you are in this area, it is now time to be aware. Definitely. Oh man. Yeah, it's a wild and crazy time tonight. Again. 2018 is the worst. Like I gotta say, I stay in the middle. I try to stay out of politics, but Trump blaming on forest management in the middle of the fire is weird. He said Westworld burned down, but that's weird. Like everything's weird, but it's never weird fun. And I don't mean never, just 90% of the time. Calabasas. As night falls, the Woolsey fire in Malibu and Calabasas has grown to 35,000 acres. The Malibu fire out of control. Dozens of homes destroyed. The fire is burning out of control, forcing evacuations of Hidden Valley's Topanga Canyon and of all of Malibu. All right, we'll read an article. Yeah, so I guess you can take that $3 trillion in infrastructure and public property. We're probably at $4 trillion by now. I don't know. It's been crazy. Then the Woolsey fire nearly tripled in size on Friday, destroying dozens of homes and forcing total evacuations of Malibu and Hidden Hills in one of the worst LA blazes in recent memory. When was the article written? It sounds like you're talking about the past, but November 9th. Okay. Hell no, that was 12 hours ago, man. Sorry. Not for live. I appreciate the sentiment publicly. The worst part of the Woolsey fire is the possibility of losing my DVR list. I don't even know what that means, man. Alright, now I'm going to stare at this for a second. Because someone's saying magnetic connection. Oh, that does almost look like a magnetic loop. See, I think people who say directed energy weaponry, they work for like the same flat earth people, or it's really just volcanoes. You know? So you're trying to say, oh, there's a direct energy, like, it's like Team Flat Earth trying to, that, why would they, all this crazy shit is going on in all these places. Like, if you watch, and then they're direct energy weaponing the core of the planet to explode it. They're going to make it look like the corner here look like a dinosaur and then a snake. They're going to direct energy weapon and blow up the whole planet. Okay, but that works in like a bumper sticker. I guess. But like, it's doing it to the whole atmosphere. So why would the volcano? Why would somebody slowly blowing up? Like direct energy weaponing the planet so that it's gonna explode? Was that mean? Is that the aliens or the sun? The sun is the direct energy weapon. You're right. You got it right there. The sun is a direct energy weapon, and that caused the volcano through the auroras. Boom, dude. It's like Clue. So there you go. The sun causes the direct energy weapon, which goes into the core, and then as the planet grows, like hot bone in the inside, then it becomes the volcano. Okay. But so yeah, you can see the 2, 1, and 2. Like all the tsunamis. I remember when I was saying the whole. Okay, let me go to the. Let's do the California volcano activity thing again. What happened was Nazi Mayans in the early 1800s, when there were 7 volcanoes exploding in the range, they came with the direct energy weapon, and they hit the whole 200 years ago. They hit the whole range. All these, and then they hit them with direct energy weapons in like year 1000. And so all the volcanic activity and all this crazy shit activity that's happened before. And then the flat earth though. Because the stars are the thing that trip me up every night, every day. And the sun and the moon, they've been there. It's a simulation. So you got all the planets on the same side, and planets and stars act different. The sun acts different. The moon acts different. Holy shit, the moon looks so weird tonight. It was a weird color, and then it was doing crazy ass things. And there. So the sun's hitting the moon with direct energy weapons as well. Crazy. And the stars are hitting each other with direct energy weapons. But yeah, like I'm saying, so you had all these volcanoes erupting 200 years ago. And then if we go back to my very relevant tweet about, dang it, perfect, about from the USGS, volcano hazards of Lassen National Park. I believe it says volcanic activity there is still ongoing. The Lassen area remains volcanically active, and the volcano hazards demonstrated in 1915 can still threaten not only nearby areas but also distant communities. And as we saw in Hawaii, if you guys were paying attention, when the sun hit Hawaii with the direct energy weapons with the auroras and the magnetic field and the growing lava, I seen it. That you have the volcano dome, and Dutch is talking about how the dome is changing. It's like the open hole where it's like, why isn't the lava shooting out of the open hole? It just decided to open up, was it 22 fissures? When it was going off, it just decided to open up 22 fissures somewhere else. When it had a whole giant hole it could have gone through. It's like, no, I'm going through these fissures. It was really weird. And so, that really weird shit too is going on. It's like a direct energy weapon war between stars and dimensions, I guess. Alright, so let's get in. I'm only making plans for the good guys and the good women and the good people to win. So, I don't know, if people want to hang all there like, the bad guys are always going to win. That's not how I roll. Never rolled like that. I don't plan to now. But I agree with you. Shit is shittier. Things are more out of control. And then now it's just like a whole kindergarten where everybody's just standing around, pointing the finger at each other, going, it's their fault. It's their fault. It's their fault. You want to know who's evil? These people are evil. You know whose fault it is? It's like, okay. I agree, it sucks, but it's not always going to be this way. That is some crazy shit right there. Everything is changing. So you have your coronal holes, which are going to cause another. Dang it. Shucks. I misspelled it. What is an enthusiast exactly? This whole thing, I think, it's. I guess it's their job. They gotta during an actual tragedy, during an event where lives can be saved, they gotta scream like flat Earth, direct energy weapons, Democrats, Republicans, climate change, and trying to get out decent information. If it is aliens, why are the aliens such dicks? I guess that's how you conquest planets and galaxies. You gotta be a dick. I'm like, no, that sounds lame. Totally lame. And anyone who created puppies and kittens is not lame. Anyone who created kittens and puppies is awesome. Like, we all agree that kittens and puppies and cool shit was here before we were born, right? You remember when you used to be shorter and less tall when you were younger and you didn't know as much? Like, all this shit was here when we were born. So, clearly, we'll probably all be here in some fashion after we're gone. And whoever created the puppy and the kitten, they were wonderful, amazing geniuses. Like, they were very giving. Anyway, so this is the solar wind stream hitting Earth. But so whoever created that shit, yeah, there's gonna be more badassery. There's badassery all around. It just goes through phases and seasons. Oh, now let's look at the aurora. It is. There's a whole weird Silicon Valley feel to it, to where people like to troll the whole planet. People like to troll everybody. And it's that weird effect where, what was the name of that dude who used to show up at funerals and he used to show up at the worst places and be like, God hates you. He would show up at like Marine funerals and be like, he's going to hell. Like, I don't know, online everybody gets to be like that. Like, I feel bad on the inside. Let me tell you why. I want people to feel bad on the inside too. I guess it's a form of control. The internet is like a high school talent show where the people who make people feel the worst get the most famous at airtime. Yay, 2018. All right, so let's go back down. We have the Woolsey fire, the Hill fire. The Malibu is under evacuation. I believe Hidden Hills is under total evacuation. And we were last checking our live wildfires. I think the entire town, city of Paradise, was destroyed. I've not gotten that better at clicking yet. And I've learned a lot of the aggro I get comes from getting trolled from other truth channels, where they take this shit like American Idol very seriously. And they're like, I do not like you. You should not inject humor and having your own opinion into the truth community. We're here to yell at people and tell them this is exactly how it is. This is exactly what's going on. I'm like, okay, man. It was never my intention when I started a YouTube channel to end up in weather and volcanoes. Like, oh, fuck. What the hell is that? What does that even mean, man? They see, like, this jump. Where'd this just come from? See, those hills are crazy. I don't get that. What does that even mean? Maybe it is a direct energy weapon. I'm not ruling fucking anything out. But that's why I just. That is fucking weird. And it's fucking pinpointy. And it's a bad scene, man. And I think a lot. Another time is when people say that, like, "Oh, so and so's in control." Well, I think it's dumb to assume that one group is in control. That means they're literally battling each other. There are multiple groups that are battling it out, and so I don't know. There's still a lot of options and variables. And if I am gonna accidentally put out bad information, like, "Hey, I think that's a volcano," at least I'm gonna do it after like 5 or 6 years of study in this exact like all the. All right, so we have giant coronal hole, which is pretty much hitting us like every 5 days now. And we just got hit by 2 hurricanes in like the last 2 months, like 5 or 6, counting you two over an American colony out by Hawaii. Like, yeah, volcanoes, hurricanes, they've been going on for hundreds of years. Like, cranky weather guy, who's the best at weather, was saying, like, look, dipshits, the earth is spinning around. Like, it is spinning, or like the atmosphere is like it's like a weird snow globe of lava lamp snow globe. Like, it's moving around, it's spinning around. Like on your atmosphere, how do you. Well, we could all be wrong, but I'm saying, like, if you look at the atmospheric processes, that we're definitely spinning around and everything is moving and going faster. And it only makes more sense that if the sun is streaming out a bunch of solar wind and it is hitting the auroras and causing like the auroras all like that, then that is going to make the weather go, the wind is going to go faster, spin faster. It's charged particles. Everything is charged. Static electricity, there are many things. Like, it's an electrical process, it's a thermonuclear dynamics process, it's a process we don't even go about. Like, how many of all the colors we can see with our eyes, there are spectrums that our eyes cannot even see. Yeah, it looks like a fucking volcano. I'm gonna go. Where was it? Thor News Galapagos volcano. What the hell? Damn it! I didn't even come up. Lame. All right. Anyway, but it looked just like that volcano eruption. All right, so let's try and give out information. But as I've warned everybody, this is just me looking at the data, doing what I can to keep people informed. And I thought that the president coming out in the middle of this weird ass shit saying it was caused by poor force management. If they didn't straighten up, they wouldn't get Fed payments. It was weird. This is like 2 in the morning. That reminds me, go back to here. We're like, whoa, where was I? Sure looks like a fucking volcano, man. But hey, maybe a volcano wouldn't do as much damage. All right. Like I said, this is like at the beach. And as it pointed out, like 60% of all the animals have been killed since 70. So it's like, I don't know, a singular bad guy's plan is to like, yes, and then we'll kill all the animals and we'll kill all the humans and it'll be great. That's the fucking stupidest, worst plan ever. And it would suck to think that it would always be that would be the case because some guy was a nerd in high school and girls weren't nice to him. And so he would always get revenge on them for the rest of life by destroying all of mankind. It's like the stupidest movie ever. God has to be better than that. God, I mean, did you see how beautiful those horses are? Like I'm talking about like a great creator, something bigger than mankind. Like to create those horses are developed in the sky. God, to me, he creates the sky every day, and then he creates them in his body. You can disagree. Because girls weren't nice to him, so fucking destroyed everybody and everything. That sounds like a crap movie, but the whole like anyone. That's why I hit the nail on the head all the time. Like, fuck, dude. Do you not think there were volcanoes 200 years ago? Do you not think there were volcanoes 500 years ago? Do you not think there were hurricanes? Like, all the people who are out there trying to tell you it's fake, it's all control. Like, no. You can track it all back to the hottest women on the planet. Have you ever spent any time with them? Well, I have over the last like 30 years or stuff. And that all these dudes standing, they're men. They're all men. And they're all just like you. And they have no more superpowers, no more. Like they get jealous, they get crazy, they get sad, we're all in this together. Like there's no one super powerful alien squid mind. And if there is, well then, dang, shucks. See, but as you can see, even in here, and then it's a bad move, dude. I don't know. Blaming the fucking forced management. As Planetary Defense Commander, I don't have a lot of tools to work with. 521, baby. 1 in 5. Nobody here gets out alive. They've got the guns, but we've got the numbers. Come on, baby, we're taking over. Come on. Campfire, the Woolsey Fire, and Hillfire are threatening communities across the state, forcing thousands to evacuate. Yeah, see, and it's like I'm talking. You got the volcanoes. They add chemicals to the air because the Earth's core is almost like a stomach, and we don't necessarily always know what's in there, what's coming out of there, what processes. It's super hot silicate crystal magma lava creation centers pumping out. And so it's not like volcanoes or the earth just spews out one type of gas at all times, especially when we're spending a lot of time in Eiffel Towers poking into the earth, pulling out a bunch of oil and chemicals and God knows what. Anyway, I think I'm going to have to rephrase my information. Yeah, I know, like I said, it's crazy watching it's just hurricane, I don't know, amazing fire while everybody argues. It was like the day after, everybody's like, we're going to vote and everything is going to change. Well, I was like, we need to unite. People are like, no, we need to vote. I was like, well, okay. So everybody voted. And then it looks like a volcano exploded on the West Coast. And for me, in saying that, that means like 70% of the people are going to be like, how dare you say that looks like a volcano? Or it is a volcano. I say, well, like I said, this volcanic activity, and even if it is not exploding or erupting on the coast, the magma activity that's going on over here in an El Nino year is going to make the ground hotter and then drier. And that so even it doesn't have to necessarily have a lava eruption or an eruption to affect the West Coast. And volcanoes are popping off all along the. So yeah, I'm sure this little core here is hot, and the Gulf's still hot, and that's still hot. Like, pretty sure it affects the shit. They know that. We're not supposed to talk about that much. Whatever. Anyway, I knew tonight when James Woods was like, "Hey, dude, if I can give up and go down the middle to help people," he did it for 36 hours. He was like, "Fuck all politics. I'm just helping people because this is crazy and babies and animals and people, and it's a very scary situation." And I mean, like, think about the hurricane in Florida that wiped out a giant portion. Oh, dude, this whole thing's been looking so fucking weird every time I check it. Wiped out a giant portion of homes and people and create a whole giant swath of homeless or people that. And that's happening so fast to so many people. You know, I don't know, we're almost like how many years away before we have like homeless caravans heading to Canada? Like, shit is falling apart pretty fast. Puerto Rico got fucking super fucked up. Hawaii, you know, a lot of regions. Carolinas, I've heard there are still regions of Carolinas which are underwater. There were people. It's not going good. You know? And then people are going to talk about for like a week and a half about, oh my God, Jim Acosta microphone and did karate chop. It's like, holy crap. Jesus Christ. Am I the only one who practiced my occlumency? And for what purpose? I don't know. So I'm hanging in there, trying to give out whatever information I can to people who are friends of friends, and even call your friends and say, hey, check in on them. Because this situation, especially in Malibu, is pretty bad. And it can erupt. An ember can go a mile. And so, you know, there are many cases. There was one tweet, the guy was talking about, like, if I didn't have, like, a weather radio, I would not have heard about it in time. So a lot of shit burning. It seems like from the tweets, a lot of the coverage is, like I said, there was going to be a midnight drop off. Most of the seeing the whole thing about, like, oh, it's climate change. It's the middle of, like, they're trying to, it all takes you off. Instead of finding a solution, argue about shit. You know, this is the carbon. It's crazy. Sun. No, dude. Direct energy weapons from the sun. You have giant coronal hole, fast solar wind, Upper atmosphere gets heated and energized. The core gets heated and energized. The planet grows. It's crazy. It's like guy at my gas station was saying when he didn't leave for Harvey, he lost his car. I didn't have another car. Lucky he lived close enough to work, he could walk. Like even little things like losing your car. That's your only car. That is you know, a lot of these people didn't. None of them deserve this. And all our firefighters, they're not getting, they should be given much better resources. And, the whole idea of insurance and security is pretty bad, anyways, because that means somebody's trying to make money off something. And so, like, insurance money is like the new bubble. So usually within an insurance company, it's like a cable company. The people get screwed because we're too busy fighting over did or didn't a news reporter grab a microphone with whatever. And I'm sick of the media talking about the media. The fact that the media can have their stories be about the media is crazy. The news is supposed to, when news is about the news, it's my least favorite news. Especially when this looks like a fucking volcano. Yeah, so I disagree with the president 100%. That looks like way more than just forest mismanagement. And I don't know, does anybody even remember that the mafia, like, there's been some form of mafia on the planet forever. It was like even Friday the 13th was the day when they killed all the Templars. Like the rulers of the pirates and shit. Like history, thanks to John Leguizamo's, Latin history for morons. There have been some major civilizations and there's been some form of pirate and mafia. So to say that, like, yeah, this shit is happening because of forest management. Well, and if you don't straighten it up, I guess what? If you don't solve your own forest fires, then you're not going to get any Fed payments. And when he says Fed, to me that means Federal Reserve. And I thought, I don't know, who's the head of the Federal Reserve now? I forgot, what is it? You went from Bernanke to, I don't know, the new person, Lou's Treasury. There's a ton of crazy, like, it's just 9/11 every day. It's like, what do we do? It's like, red flag warning, extended through Tuesday. It's like, so, all right, everybody's like, vote. That is the solution. And then so now it's like 2 years before the next vote. So it's like, all right, that's what we do. We vote, and then we wait, and then we vote again. And then we hope everything is crazy. We need a miracle. Right, well, I love you guys. I think I'm going to take a break. What is it now? 148. In California time, 3:48 here. Because, this shit is crazy, and I'm trying to catch up on my information. See if I can put out a good restream. And just they had the whole shooting. I don't even like talking about shootings. Like, in the middle of all that, I don't want to think I'm the last good man on the planet. That would be sad as fuck. You know? That's not a good situation. You know, if I go to a party, I'd much rather be like the fifth coolest guy there. And then have the other dudes be really funny. Which would be probably the only way you could be cooler than me, by being funnier than me. But, like, anyway. Late stage capitalism. Plus aliens and dark matter demons. I don't even know. Digital nihilists. Ventura fires. Current maps, road closures, evacuations. Let's check that out. Usually the people who really like enjoying other people's pain aren't good at feeling pain. They don't like to feel pain. No evacuation orders have been lifted for Point Mugu Naval Base, Camarillo Springs, all areas. Vallecito Trailer Park, all areas. California State University, Channel Islands, all areas. But that was a pretty campus. Dos Vientos, all areas outlined on map below. South Coast, all areas outlined on map below. Bell Canyon, entire community. Oak Park, entire community. Thousand Oaks, T.O. Boulevard north of Sunset Hills, from Oak Park west to Highway 23, Woolsey Fire. And I used to love to, when I lived at 3rd and La Brea in Hollywood, right by the tar pits, right by where Biggie got shot. I used to love to drive up Sunset Boulevard to Beverly Hills, all the way through Malibu to the 1, and then just up to like Santa Barbara or Zuma Beach. It was a great drive. At the time, I was just a screenwriter. I actually got paid so as a screenwriter, and so that was my job, just drive around and write movies in my mind, and that was fun. It's a beautiful area. Sad to see it all get totally destroyed, and then have the American taxpayer be on the hook for that shit. I don't know if you guys paid attention to 2008 financial crisis, where 7 banks failed in the same day. Kind of like the same thing where like 7 media places were like, hey, we're getting rid of Alex Jones. Back then it was like, hey, we've decided we don't have any money to pay for all this shit, so we're all going to collapse if you don't give us a blank check for everything. Anyway, what was I talking about? Yeah, so insurance is like the next mortgage-backed security. While people are fighting over whatever and waiting in between voting sessions. Let me get back on, stay on target. West of Highway 23, south of East Olson Road, north of Peterson Road, Woolsey Fire, south of Bard Lake, east of Highway 23, south of Highway 101, east of Reno Road, north of Portorero Road, east to the LA Ventura County line. Oh, weird. I just had a weird conspiracy thought. Hopefully nobody's listening so this won't get me in trouble. Like, Elon Musk just came out with this whole like, wow, look at my amazing Hyperloop. I created a couple miles of Hyperloop underground in LA. This is what I've been doing in my spare time. And then I was like, what the fuck, dude? Is that volcano proof? Or is that earthquake proof? That is crazy. And then I was like, so no, that just, maybe they just showed us that so people wouldn't think when you saw images like this, that was a volcano. Nah, it's not a volcano, man. Those are wildfires pumping out that crazy ass smoke, wild like that. And so, oh, okay, like the psyop is deep on every level. Crazy. All right. Volunteer evacuations. Simi Valley, Long Canyon, Bridle Path, Wood Ranch. All areas outlined on map below. Road closures. Highway 101, both directions of Valley Circle. And as I was mentioned earlier, yeah, traffic in California, even north or south, sucks, man. I remember, like, sometimes it could take you a half hour to get like 3 miles. And then sometimes when it stopped, because there's like 2-lane roads that take you long ways, everything stopped. I mean, I've heard Washington is the worst traffic in the world, like Washington D.C. I've never driven there, never been there. But L.A. or California traffic just freak me out. Not freak me out, just like, man, this sucks. And near L.A., I don't know if you've ever driven out there, but when I was there, it was like everybody drives at like 90 miles an hour, like 4 inches off everybody else's bumper. I don't like that. I'm a car and a half length guy. Like, if somebody's gonna make a mistake, at least it gives everybody a little room. You know, making, if you have like half a foot away from another car doing 90 miles an hour and everybody in the highway is doing that, there's not a lot of room for error. But somehow it doesn't seem to be as bad, like the wrecks aren't as bad as they should be. I guess they're all in the zone. Road closures: Bell Canyon at Valley Circle Boulevard, Borchardt at Los Vientos Drive, Lynn Road at Rieno Road. Borchardt Road is closed between Rancho dos Vientos and South Louis Road. Canaan Road between Westlake Boulevard and Lindero Canyon Road. Falling Star Avenue at Canaan Road. Airbus Road at Sapra Street. Airbus Road at El Monte Drive. You got a lot of evacuation centers. Oh, wow. So 1, 2, 3, 4, like half of them are already at capacity. I mean, it was like last time I saw they had like 100,000 homes in danger, animal shelters. I don't know, when I took the job of Planetary Defense Commander, I thought we'd be doing better. Raindrops keep falling on my head. They keep falling on my... Oh, Petra. That place is awesome. They were having flash floods. Anyway, I think I'm going to take a break. What time is it now? It is 4, which is 2. I'll probably be back in like a half hour, an hour, because, like I said, this is a pretty serious situation, and fires at night are not good. And there isn't a lot of media. I think that it's 24-hour that covers this well, unless there is that I don't know about. Oh, Malibu Fire is not putting out clear info. Fire has been detected in immediate vicinity by multiple satellites in at least the last 14 hours. Shit, I bet that was the one I was using. Yeah, and this fire, like if you look at the two, they both started pretty much at the same time, and they both popped off with the same ferocity. That's 2, I'm pretty sure. And so it definitely seems like a crustal process to me. If there's that one and then that one up there, so. And that video I made, still nobody can really explain how there's one happening kind of like that in the ocean. And someone was saying, well, why would it be smoking under the ocean? I was like, I don't know. It's a good question. Like, but I don't know. There aren't a whole lot of films about the process of exploding volcanoes under the ocean. I mean, they still put out gas and dust. that would still have to, I would think, rise up and make it into the atmosphere. And usually, almost after every fire, like 30 minutes after the fire broke out, they're like, "All right, we've solved the crime." A guy was doing a gender reveal party, and what it was is he was gonna light a birthday cake on fire and then spin it on his head, and then somehow it went wrong, and the fire started. That was like one of the stories that came out. It was like 2 fires ago. Like, it was a gender reveal party gone wrong, and I was like, "Are you guys serious?" But literally, like every time, like, "Oh, a homeless guy started that fire," like 22 minutes after the fire started. Like, that is crazy. And these are giant fires that cover thousands of acres. Like, no, we nailed it down. So yeah, you got two multiple, what looks like a solar loop, magnetic loop. Who knows? But it definitely looks a bit doomy and gloomy for mankind. But maybe things will get better, because I have seen the future, and it will get better. I could be wrong though. If everybody in the world's like, "I want it to be sucky," no, I guess it'll be sucky. I tried my best though. But look at that shit. And there's our potential. Yes, Forbes. This guy has me blocked on Twitter. There are 40 volcanoes erupting on Earth right now. Here's why that's not strange. Brought to you by Forbes. I wonder what Forbes says on their front page. You can trust Forbes, bro. 10 habits of incredibly happy people. That's a term a lot of people use in 2018. Like, man, all those people are incredibly happy. I wonder what their top 10 habits are. From chessboard to boardroom. Magnus Carlsen's winning regimen. And that dude's like, "Let me tell you about volcanoes." Oh, how to handle the challenge of driving change in change resistant industries. Wait, what? How to handle the challenges of driving change in change resistant industries. Well, Forbes will tell you how to do it. Best bourbon for those people who aren't incredibly happy all the time. I'm not saying bourbon won't help you be happy, but yeah, if you're not happy, sometimes people will use bourbon as well. California's Woolsey fire now burning. Malibu went through. You know that. Chief Justice Roberts requests 10th Circuit to investigate something. Wonder what that is. What is investigating? Kavanaugh, what the fuck? Not that shit again. It was like the O.J. Simpson trial, but angrier, meaner, yellier. Everybody more. Initiative Q founder responds to claims. Wait, are you saying Q is Satoshi Nakamoto? That is a wild fucking theory. The billionaire winners and losers this midterm election. Oh yeah, well, how much they spent on that election? Like $100 billion. Like, yeah, guys, we're gonna spend $100 billion in this corporate parade. You have voted. You've changed this green wave of election money, and you are now rewarded with a giant coastal fire. Double magnetic fires. I seen it. Crazy times. Crazy times indeed. Yeah, shit's bad. So it's a good time to say prayers. And I still think, like, looking at the social media, that's what that shooting It happened right in the middle of the fires. There's a lot more coverage today of that shooting, which was a couple days ago. And there's the bubble right there. Like, that's almost, you can even see the pressure bubble. So there's more coverage today. And what's so weird about the coverage, it's like that Khashoggi thing. It was like dead reporter in Saudi Arabia. I was like, whoa. Well, there have been a shit ton of dead reporters on YouTube. We're talking about home normal care remedies that, and they died. And nobody talking on them in the news. And somehow they're talking about it in Saudi Arabia. Like, we need to, get Saudi Arabia's shit in order. We need to get Saudi Arabia to stop fucking us over. Stop not respecting journalism. And I was like, well, so, OPEC hasn't exactly been kind to us much ever. So, seems a hell of a tall order to be Scooby-Dooing for like a week. Like, we haven't solved the Saudi Arabia dead reporter problem yet in a week. I'm like, I don't even. Like, what could have been a good outcome? I don't know, man. OPEC, fucking OPEC, man. They've been kicking ass for 122 years. Remember, Spain and Europe, they're the ones who came over here a long time ago looking for oil. Started pumping as soon as they got here. And somehow in the middle of that oil extraction, freedom was born. So yeah, here's your heat spot underneath the volcano here. I'm talking like, no, but notice how it moves south. And so hopefully the fire and the situation will calm down. We don't know. I'm guessing from this little zone that is moving south, we will probably see more activity in Guatemala. And because I don't know if you guys know this, there's 3 active volcanoes down here: Fuego, Colima, and Popocatépetl. That are just down here. It's only like, what's that, like 2,000 miles? It's only 2,000 miles away. So that means there's magma happening in the area, and there's this weird pressure thing moving down. So yeah, wildfire breaking out. Shit is weird. What day is it? Weird day. I love you guys, though. Stay cool if you can. If you can't, well, I guess that's your thing. But it'll get better. Probably. I've seen it. Everybody stay cool. And I tried to help. I hope I did.